And it's Zukowski. It's just the Z, the K, the ski, and people get all flustered. So my talk is entitled Watch Your Language, just to get your attention. The flip side of that is that it's about the power of communication and perception in the real estate transaction. But I thought that sounded really dry and academic to have behind me for the whole talk. Yes, I have been fortunate enough to join Cherry Creek Properties and to be mentored by Lori Caudill out of the Littleton office, who's phenomenal. And I'm so sorry she's not here today. Her husband's recovering from surgery. But I really do appreciate Dino and Mona giving me the opportunity to get up here and tell you the stuff you might not hear from a mentor, a teacher, Brian Buffini. I'm going to give you a completely different perspective. So, my background is in financial counseling and education, as well as being a budget analyst and a research analyst. So yes, I know, I look good for my age, don't I? I love to learn, so in addition to being a realtor, I'm a true believer in continuous education. I also hold the Certified Negotiation Expert designation, the CRS designation, yes, cleared that by my second year, and the Military Reload Pro designation. I'm working on a couple others. Now, why do I do this? I do this to take the best care I can of my clients and my community, because it's not about me. It's about everyone trusting me with the sale or purchase of their home. And I want to bring all the knowledge and skills I have to bear. So, if none of you work with people, feel free to tune out, get a cup of coffee, otherwise you may learn a thing or two. How do I do this? Part of what I do is I'm really careful about language and perception. It's not my deal, it's not my transaction, and it's not my commission. It's the Shields home sale. It's the Bertram's purchase. It's my move-up buyers relocating to the Springs. It's theirs. It's not about me. The other thing is, I'm a huge fan of colorful language. All kinds of colorful language, I'm afraid. So, when I'm talking to my clients, I use a lot of examples, colorful language, things that help inject my weird sense of humor, but also get the point across in a very real way. So I'll tell my clients, I'm a relational agent. I'm not a transactional agent. That means that if you buy from me, or sell with me, you are in my database, you're in my tribe, you get invites to my fall and spring client and community appreciation events. Big fan of pop-by gifts. We have cute little Halloween hands with tags that say, can I give anyone a hand for Halloween, buying or selling a home? They're going to all my clients on the door. So I have clients who will call me to say, hey, I just need a CMA. Hey, how much is my house appreciated? What if I just looked for land? Or even, hey Amy, what's the best microbrew selection in Aurora? My favorite question so far, because we're 10-year home brewers. The other thing that I like to say is, I work half days. Nice, clear communication. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., they can reach me. I pick up my phone, I respond to texts. I warn everyone, text voice call fastest. Facebook is the slow boat to Amy. But 12 hours a day, 12 out of 24, that's a half day, isn't it? Right? So they all know. After 7, they may not find me. Another one of my jokes is that I have, what I tell my clients freely, are bad boundaries. In other words, if it's legal and I can do it and I can assist my clients through what we know is one of the most stressful transactions in our lives, right? When you think about stress and the stress pyramid, losing a loved one, changing jobs, relocating, buying, selling large property, they're right up there. So, I scoop cat boxes, I walk dogs so there can be showings, I transport yowling cats in carriers in the pouring rain, I do dump runs, I have even had a client store a sports car in the third bay of my garage. Now, I did get a hold harmless for that, I'm not stupid, but if I can do it, if it's within my power, why not? And when I talk to my clients, I try to ask them, what else should I be doing for you right now? What else would help? And sometimes the weirdest things that start as a joke, like the sports car, becomes something very powerful that translates into referrals and phenomenal cocktail stories. So, another thing that I do with language is when something goes wrong, when there's an issue in the transaction, I give it only the credit it deserves. It's a hiccup, it's turbulence, and I warn all my clients, every transaction has turbulence. So then when something's going wrong, I can pick up the phone, and yes, I pick up the phone and I speak in person when it's bad news. I don't text because it's easier. So I pick up the phone and I say, okay, remember I told you about that turbulence? We hit it. Now here's where we're at. Now, picking up the phone is an act of bravery, I'm going to tell you, because we're going to go back to, it's your client's most stressful time. Do I get yelled at? Yes. Do I get sworn at? Yes, too. But again, it's not about me. It's about the stress of what they're going through. And for me to say, I understand how you feel that way, and continue to maintain an even keel, allows them to vent, and then we can turn it back around and become solution-focused again. So we can say, okay, I understand you feel that way. These are your choices, X, Y, Z. Which way would you like to head? So, the power of that, when I was a newly minted agent, I saw a very seasoned agent marching up and down the corridors. The deal's blowing up! The deal's blowing up! Hey! Lots of bad language in there too, trust me. Which, don't get me wrong, I use my own. In contrast, I have also seen one of our top agents, the one who runs the top team out of the Littleton office, on the phone going, yes, I understand how you could feel that way, yes, and our goals are still the same. So, how do we want to reach those goals? So which one of those salvages the transaction? Which one creates the least stress in your life, and more importantly, your client's life? So again, when a transaction doesn't work out, because they do, you know, I've had a couple homes fall out from under contract, I've had a couple buyers decide it's not time to buy, I look at it and see what I can learn from it, and then I let it go and say it was in the best interest of my client for this outcome to have occurred. Because then again, it's not personal, it's not about me. It's not my journey, it's not your journey, we facilitate it. So, if I sound a little rainbow bright, I did 7 million and 24 sides last year, and I hit that September. So I've got the next quarter to go. Anyway, I'm honored to have been able to speak with you today, and I hope some of what I have to say from my non-sales, non-traditional path in real estate will be helpful to you, but honestly, even more importantly, to your clients. In closing, 2 thoughts. My path, well, 3. I promised Lori Cordell, I would say, I make the plan and I follow through. I make the plan and I follow through. Okay, see, got it, Lori? 2, it's not about you. Check your ego at the door, everything will go better. 3, we're in human service first. Thank you.